All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up! Ladies!
Check! 55 to Mike! Hey, defense! Hey, defense! Let's go! Check! Check! Check!
Nice. Regular.
55!
Hey! High 7!
Cut! Watch the twist!
Hands up!
Dalton, 1st and 10. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I got you, son! Check three!
368! Listen, hot!
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon trying to run inside, but nothing there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Nice.
Check! 55 to Mike!
Buzz!
Rip left!
On 2nd and 15 now. Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at that 18-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come get some. Come on here, come get some. Here, Walt.
Here's Dalton. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. But now it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. That's caught the former USC Trojan Xavier Grimble. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
Ready? Block 80!
Here we go, D.
8!
Now it's Roethlisberger. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a 2nd option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 4.
Hey. 61, matchbox lights.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Hands up, please.
Check 55 to Mike. Get the ball.
Hands up. Hands up.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming.
Hands up, please.
55. All day, every day, any day.
2-by-2. Move.
55, Mike 55. Check.
Hands up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton buying time to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
368. 93, 52, 93, 44. Hands up.
Dalton here from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Let's go.
The first quarter of the NFL season in the books after tonight, but Week 5 right around the corner. And it all starts Thursday night with a good one from Seattle. The Rams and the Seahawks in the NFC West kick off 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 out on the West Coast from CenturyLink Field. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to stick with Dez there, got too physical, pass interference.
I like your note there, so physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw. That is caught at the 7. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. When the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here you go, 10. Hey, wahoo! Regular.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down, Cincinnati.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Points the target, and he has it over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Hands up. Lead. Watching your ball. Check back. Check back. Hands up. Hands up.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Dalton off play action. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Like 80. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
50 seconds to Mike.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? 180.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Easy, easy.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Black.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
Ben to throw again. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Black 20.
Check, 59. Let's go, defense.
44.
Defense. And here we go. Mike 5'9".
Hey, Alpha.
Watch the slant. Check 59.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
All right, now. Black 20.
Black 59.
Double bump.
Watch the out. Mike, check, 59.
Small.
Yeah. You don't want none. 59's Mike.
Black and turn.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
44.
Right there.
Go.
54 Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Moncrief brings it in. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
54. Mike 54. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference. And they crossed it on that play.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, a run with Conner. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Block 80!
Oh, here we go. Oh.
They'll look to run with Conner. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
5-6. Regular. Hey, team 6.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ross. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
93, 52, 93, 44. Here you go. X3, 218, chopper.
Check.
Here you go, can.
Check 99.
Check up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And it'll be Dalton again. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Andy Dalton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped on to his running back. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you. I got you.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will shave one more off this lead. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
All right, now, 180.
Right there, 54 Mike. Danny.
77.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Hey, orbit.
54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
30.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the ball.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Ross on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Dalton. Going deep for Eifert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Dalton here from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Eyes up, ladies.
Achilles traps. Let's go.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And it's complete. What a catch at the 7. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
At the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
368.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. All that, baby. All that.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Here we go, T. Get off the field. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Yeah.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
50.
Mike, check. 59. I'm coming.
Hey, exit.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now here's Ross. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Let's go!
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He's back to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the Steelers' 33-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Play action now, Dalton. This will be caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Dalton wants to throw. And this is caught. touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Big spot, Andy Dalton. And this is caught, and it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Black 80.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Conner. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cincinnati, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.